there, and welcome to this review of the One Way UK Daily Devotionals for the 7th to the 11th of May. And I'm here actually at Sandown Park, and I'm not watching the racing because there is no racing, but it's the week of the Christian Resources exhibition, and so I'm on the One Way UK stand. And we've had a great week, I particularly wanted to look back over the devotionals for this week, picking up on the situation with Thomas. Now, we all know that Thomas has quite a bad record, and often you'll hear preachers talking about Thomas's lack of faith. And we found out on Thursday that when Thomas went to the disciples, they said, "We've seen the Lord." So he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." Now, preachers often talk about this as a classic lack of faith, which seems to me a bit unfair, because note that disciples actually said, "We have seen the Lord." And we know from earlier reading in the week that Jesus showed them the nail prints in his hands and the wound in his side, and so on and so forth. And it was more really that Thomas just wanted to say, "Hey, I want the same experience that you've had." Because one thing was clear and certain to him, and that is that his friends, the other disciples, had an experience that he hadn't had. They'd actually seen Jesus. And although he could scarcely believe it, he wanted that same experience. And I think this challenges us with quite a big question. You see, the thing is that have we experienced Jesus to such an extent that people would want to come up to us and say, "I want to meet this same Jesus as you've met. It's obvious that you've had some sort of an experience. I can scarcely believe it. But can you let me in on the secret? Can you introduce me to Jesus?" Is there enough going on in our lives, if you like, to actually attract people to ever ask us that question? I think that's a biggie, because what it means is sitting down and actually, I think, listing out, what has Jesus done for me? What has Jesus done in my life that I can share with other people? What has been memorable? What are the memorable events that have taken place in my life through my relationship with Jesus? And if we make a list of those, we'll consciously remember them. And it'll not only do our friends good, but it'll do us good, because we'll suddenly remember when we're a bit down that, hey, come on, Jesus is with me, Jesus is for me, this Jesus who healed me from such and such a thing, or this Jesus who made a supply and a provision of something when I needed it. And that gives us a story to tell. The disciples had a story to tell Thomas. He comes into the room and they say, "We have seen Jesus." What story have you and I got to tell people? Have a great weekend. God bless you, and I look forward to being with you next week.